On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype, we make it take flight.
Yeah man, my viewers and subscribers, what go on? A blessed and wonderful Tuesday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now my peeps, I don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So in the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog, so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in Jamaica. So just before me get into the griminess of things, On The Spot News Media just want to let you, the regular members of Chan Public and members of the diaspora, to note that his platform is open for us to highlight some persons out there in society who is positively impacting Jamaica and its youths. We need to highlight some of our teachers. We need to highlight some of our nurses, some of our firemen. We need to highlight some of our policemen or soldiers. We need to highlight even the hustlers. We're talking about the hustlers in its truest sense, not the ones that are doing illegal acts, but the ones who go out there and make it happen by whatsoever means necessary to provide for the family. We are talking about the honest, hard-working people them down at town. We are talking about some of the handcart man them. We are talking about some of the vendors in a Coronation Market. We are talking about some of the people them who go hustle them goods for sale over there in Morant Bay Market, down a Sav Market. Yeah man, a them thing that we are talking about out of Christiana Market. We are talking about down at the market, down at St. Elizabeth, the anyway in a St. Elizabeth, even on the roadside, the people them must stitch up them stall and put up the decent, nice, sweet pineapple them, the apples them for sale, the grapefruit, the orange, you name it, the banana, the sugar cane. We need to highlight small business owner. We also need to highlight young entrepreneurs who is going places so that we can showcase these persons to the young people so that they can see that, hey, all is not lost. There is still hope out there. There is still people out there going about their regular business, living lawful and doing the right thing and impacting society in the positive and right way. So my peeps, I'm welcoming all of you to reach out to On The Spot News Media. This platform is here for you. We have used this platform over the years to expose criminal elements, and I will still continue to do so, but I also need to expose you, the real ones out there, the positive influencers out there, the persons who are uplifting our young minds out there, the persons who are young entrepreneurs out there and need some help to perfect their craft and to sell their craft to the wider society in the right way. So my peeps, our platform is open. Now we could get into the griminess of things. Now, who remember back in November of 2022, a really sad and sorrowful Sunday, November 20 to be exact, where this 5-year-old boy presently on your screen, who has since been identified as Tavoy Cummins, and also a 26-year-old young man, Samuel Shaw, life was taken. They were cut down in a hail of bullets during a funeral procession in the Johnsall community of Montego Bay, St. James. Now, the man who was charged for those knockings and clappings is presently on your screen. He has since been identified as 22-year-old O'Brien Hunter, otherwise known in the criminal underworld as Burch or Killer Burch. Now it is to the understanding of On The Spot News Media that O'Brien Hunter, otherwise known as Burch, is back on the streets? How could this be? This man was charged with the knockings and clappings that resulted in the loss of life of the 5-year-old Tavoy Cummins and the 26-year-old Samuel Shaw. How on earth is he out of jail? This man was not only involved in that brazen knockings and clappings, but also in 2021, if memory serves me correct, April of 2021, this female cabbie, Tamara Higgins, was also slain by the hands of this criminal element. So this brother is definitely no stranger to crime and violence, as he has always been under the radar of the police. Now, for those of you who forgot what took place with Tamara Higgins, she was taken out in a hail of bullets whilst operating her Voxy bus as a taxi. She plies the route downtown Montego Bay, right o'clock there, so, to Springmount. Now it is said that the brother of her attacker took her taxi and made phone calls to him, telling him that she was on her way up. And as soon as he exited the motor vehicle, the criminal element known as Burch took her life. Who also remember the night when the youth called Robin, a selector that was playing a sound system and playing some songs by the Bad Breed artist from Waltham. We all know say Bad Breed and Burch is definitely at odds. Now it is said that because the selector was playing songs from their rival, his life was taken. So this brother is a cruel and heartless criminal. I don't know for sure the circumstances as to why he's out of police lockups and not in prison by now. But for sure, Montego Bay, Burch is back on the streets of Jamaica. Yeah man, back in the streets again. Some peeps living in and around these areas that he frequents, please be on the lookout, continuously look out on the corner, cause the old dirty corner boy, O'Brien Hunter, otherwise known as Burch, is back in the streets again. Yeah man. Now we're gonna move over to the troubled, crime-riddled St. Andrew South Police Division. Now the community of Bakto, right out at 3 Mile there, so. Just as you pass through 3 Mile proper, the community that is on your immediate left with some high-rise building on the front. That community is known as Bakto, Dangerous Acres. From as far back as the ones and ones them can remember, Bakto has always been crime-riddled and violence-prone. Well, in recent years, a certain criminal element that goes by the name of Buru definitely decide he's hell-bent on taking over the streets with his criminal gangster lifestyle and wreaking havoc in the lives of persons living in the Bakto community. Now many things can be said about Bakto, but one thing for sure, Bakto, as the name suggests, is basically left to the hands of criminal elements to do whatever they may with these citizens. Through over the years, both political divides have neglected certain garrison communities, knowing fully well what is being taken place in these communities, but our so-called political representatives turns a blind eye to it. They know of the criminal elements in these communities, but they definitely will not get rid of some of them unless they become a general nuisance to society, because they too rely heavily on these criminal elements to secure their votes so they can return their seats and walk briskly into the House of Parliament, all smiles, without due care of the persons they have sworn to represent. Now this brother on your screen, known as Buru, On The Spot News Media has covered several vlogs to include these presently on your screen on this criminal element. He has other lieutenants that he has recruited to wreak havoc in these communities, and one such lieutenant is presently on your screen. He has since been identified as Omar Campbell, otherwise known as Shooty. Now this criminal element here presently on your screen is wreaking havoc in the general Bacto community. He is said to frequent the areas of Barbican, the areas of Rosetown, and also some sections of Portmore. Now Omar Campbell has always been a troubled individual. Even from his earlier years, his mother would have sent him to what we called approved school. But this criminal element was relentless in his efforts to become a Knockist and Clappist in the streets. Well, Omar Campbell, your mother literally tired of you and your dirty lifestyle where you live. She loves you dearly, but she would definitely love for you to change and lead and live a better life. But if you continue to live in the shadows of your criminal influencer, Buru, the reputed gang leader for a gang in Bacto, your end will only be one or two things: 35 to life or 6 feet under. I would not choose either of the two. You still have time to change, but sometimes, just sometimes, you all need to be warned, because the good book clearly states that before any destruction befall you, you will always get a warning. So Omar Campbell, aka Shooty, this is your warning before the conning. Yeah man, them always say a word to the wise is always sufficient. So let's just hope you are wise enough and the warning will definitely suffice. So anyway, my peeps, just letting you know that these criminal elements are out there. Be on the lookout and remember to play your part in advancing the welfare of our great nation. If you know something, say something. As Granny always say, my peeps, you have to do something before something do you. So anyway, my peeps, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.